Hi, this is Mark Littleton, the minister of the Word for the Athens Church of Christ, with today's 3-minute sermon. In Psalm 107 and verse 9, the psalmist says this, "For he satisfies the longing soul, and the hungry soul he fills with good things." The psalmist lets us know something that, whether we realize it or not, is true about all of our lives. And that is, every single one of us, there's this hunger, there is this longing deep within our soul that can only be satisfied by God and by having a relationship with Him. Now, the thing is, we often don't recognize that. We know there's a hunger and longing within our soul, and yet we try to fill it with so many other things. We try to fill it with money and stuff. We try to fill it with sex and pleasure. We try to fill it with power and position and reputation. We try to fill it with education and achievement. And really, some of those things, there's nothing wrong with those things. And yet, those things ultimately don't satisfy the hunger and longing in our souls. It's sort of like a pacifier with a baby. If you've ever had kids, you know how handy that pacifier is, right? That child is maybe hungry and they're just screaming and they're making all kinds of noise, and you take that pacifier and you put it in their mouth, and at least for a little while, they'll be quiet. Somebody has said a pacifier is really just fake food. That's all it is. It keeps that baby quiet for a little while, but sooner or later, that child figures out what's going on, and there's no food here. And then the pacifier loses its effect, and they want some real food. And you know, that's the way it is. With so many of these things we think are going to bring satisfaction to the longing and the hunger in our souls. And they may work for a little while, but they just don't last. And so, my friend, my challenge to you today is, do you have a longing and a hunger in your heart, and you wonder why it's there, and you wonder why you can't seem to fill it with all these other things? It's because it can only be filled with a relationship with God. I pray today you'll find that relationship and satisfy the hunger and longing in your soul. Lord willing, we'll see you again tomorrow for another 3-minute sermon. God bless.